episode of Polite as Fuck. Yeah, happy Wednesday. I totally lost touch with reality
Goodbye.
for a second.
Good night.
End scene. Yeah, let's dive into our 10 and 10. I just got back from my first camping trip of the year.
Yay.
Thank God, it was awesome. Glad I went solo. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's rewind and think about all of the fun camping experiences that we've had together and separately. So I can go first.
Okay.
My first one is the mushroom trip.
Yep.
Where we recorded ourselves and thought that would be an episode, which was fun. But the only thing I can remember is the flies.
I literally labeled this in my phone, Mushy Fly Haven.
And the fact that, I constantly had this, judgy eye look the entire time. So that was just such an experience.
That whole camping trip was really
The river snakes. When I'm in a sad or depressed mood, I will go onto our TikTok and rewatch that clip over and over and over again. It is so funny. We don't even know, what is our laugh? We don't even know what we're saying.
Some TikToker commented the transcript of it. They took the time to, be like, this is what she said. This is what she said. And I was like, wow, that's really impressive. Because I do see that that's what we said now that you typed it out.
Yeah.
But, I don't really know what we were talking about.
I know the wording. I'm like, what?
I think for context, too, just, what you don't see in that clip is that we are literally hiding basically behind some bushes because there's a family camping right next to us. And they were hated each other, fighting. Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
That energy.
That whole thing. And the kid was very upset. And yeah, we were really just trying to hide from them. And then the camera was out. So we were just constantly what? Who's around? And every time a car would go by, both of us would be like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember we were going to go into our hammocks, and that was great. It was the perfect high, but then I think we took more.
Oh yeah.
That's when it was.
That was gonna be on one of mine, but that hammock afternoon was perfect. I just remember looking up and then you looking up and smiling over at me. Sorry, just spitting everywhere. And then I looked over at you and we're just we had Gatorade, I think.
Yeah.
And oh my God, the dogs were just chilling. We were right by that little stream.
That was
the best.
Good.
And then I think continuing into the afternoon, that was a lot.
Just
right as
escalated.
the sun was going down. Crazy good though.
Good vibes, good camping trip. Well, that was on mine, so you have to go again.
Okay. The time that I thought it would be cool to camp in February by myself in the mountains, I just remember laying in bed at midnight and I'm shivering and the dogs are shivering and I'm like, this is not the move. I mean, I did have a good time and I'm glad that I did it. I learned a lot, but my first camping trip in years, I was like, I got this. After I just had a full mental breakdown over a propane tank fire pit. Oh my God, I was going through it. That was crazy.
That is so interesting. I just pieced together. I have on here a LA snow anniversary because my ex and our anniversary was in February, and I'm just now realizing that that's probably why it sucked so bad when we went camping. And I was like, one, he had no opinion of anything, so I basically just ran that relationship, and I was like, let's go camping for our anniversary. And we went just outside of LA. The first time it snowed in LA ever. And we're there's the little store where you can buy wood and stuff. We're the only people camping.
Yeah.
Because everyone is leaving because snow is sticking on the ground. And we were wrapped up. We didn't even do anything by the campfire because we were so cold. But I was like, we have to stay.
Going home is not an option.
Yeah. But just so miserable. And yeah, February I don't think is the time to camp. Probably.
No. I will say maybe where I was this weekend in the desert, I mean, it still gets pretty cold if you go prepared, but the day, oh my God, it was May. It's the beginning of May, and I was burning up. Like, my eyelids were stinging. I've never experienced my eyelids being so, like, when I put aloe on, I was like, like, it was so bad. Thank God I look normal.
Yeah, I couldn't tell that you burned your eyelids.
I know, well, it felt really horrible. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that was mine. Oh, is that also
Burning
yours?
your eyelids?
No. The time I thought it would be cool to camp in
Yeah,
February.
I had my LA snow.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Camp.
The Lost Coast Trail. Erica and I, during college for spring break, planned this camping trip in Northern California. Highly recommend. We had a fantastic time. The wildflowers, I have never experienced anything like that since.
So
I would really love to do it again. I think we've said this on the podcast before. But the whole fun part of it all was about last day, 7 miles away from the end. We
thought
realized,
it was going to be 2 miles.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be 2 miles. Fast forward, it was not. And then also realized that Erica did not have the keys to her car, and so we had to hitch a ride. It was this whole thing, and I just literally made myself laugh typing this in my phone, because as I'm trying to type in Lost Coast Trail, I typed in Lost Car Trail, because I was just like, that was really the cherry on top of everything.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember how, I think it was the first night, and we were like, we didn't really have any way to store our food. Like, we didn't have a bear container.
So we're burying our food.
And so we're burying our food, and we're like, it'll be fine. And then a little critter ate some of our bar. Do you remember that? Yeah. And so we had to, like, hang it up in a tree or, like, put some rocks over it for the rest of the trip. And then there was something else I put on here. The wildflowers. What else? Oh, how we had to wait for the tide to pass before continuing on. That was a fun part, but it was just like, wow, what a time.
Yeah, we were really rugged.
Yeah.
Rugged on that. I also just remember my one side of my body being so sunburned because we were like walking along the beach, and we were walking for way more than we anticipated and had no sunscreen. So it was like the right side of my body was just so burnt, and then having to get into someone's like little sedan, Ellie's like sitting on my lap, I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh my God. And they were weird. I remember kind of disassociating, but I remember the conversation being like, I don't even know. And you know what else we forget to add on about this trip is my car almost exploding. Do you remember that?
No.
This was my like being an adult. I feel like I was very, I don't know, whatever. We don't need to get into it. But I had a truck, a Ford truck, and it was my first time like really taking care of the truck, being away from home. I was in college, and I had yet to get an oil change or even put oil in the car. And so these paths were super windy, and like my oil, like something was going on, and we could tell. And I remember, I think it must have been with you. I don't think I was alone. And we pulled up, and literally the guy ran out of this little like station and was like, turn it off, like turn off your motherfucking car. And like, just picture us two little girls in this huge ass car, like, what, sir? What's wrong? No oil. Zero oil. Zero. And now I'm like, what? Dillywags. Literally. What an idiot. Why? Oh my God. I cannot believe we were so ill prepared for this trip.
Wait, but remember, I got in a car accident.
Oh my God. Yes. You were in literally PTSD mode.
I had my trunk bungeed shut.
You pulled up we had not seen each other in years. And you're like, hey, just got into a car accident, but everything's fine. What? My mom was like, what? Are you okay? No.
Just all around. We were just learning. That was our first time, like, first year of college. So our first time, like, being away from home, just trying to figure shit out, and just a lot of lessons learned.
There was a lot of things happening there.
Oh, man.
Anyway, good time. Very beautiful. Very serene.
That was good. Another one of ours is when we ended up on like a commune somewhere, and right when we got there, this woman's like showing us around her property. There's goats. We're like literally in her little golf cart thing or whatever, and we're standing there talking, and a full earthquake. I literally thought the mountain was like we were gonna fall down the mountain.
Meanwhile, me and this lady are just in a full conversation, pretending like nothing is happening. I literally put earthquake place.
Yeah, and on that trip also, I got so high. This seems to be, I don't think edibles are for me. I try, but I was reading this book. What book? It was
the history of the history of wild places.
And it is about a commune.
Yes.
So we're
and
on a
scary
commune,
things
and it's a
happening.
scary commune
Yeah.
book, and I'm so high, and I was like, we're in a simulation right now. Like this is...
Didn't you think that the people had like hazmat suits on
Yes!
in the corner?
In the back, the
next-
people camping by us, I was like, oh my god, I just need to close my eyes so that this day
Didn't
is
I also
over.
say like, do you want more? And you're like, no.
No.
I did not know any of this until we woke up.
Yeah, I was so scared. So scared.
Oh man, that's a good one. That was also on mine, so you go.
Oh, okay. Well, my last two are more just like random one-off situations. I did go camping for the first time this year, and when we were trying to just chill at the campsite, some bros in their Tesla decided to have like a full rave, and it was crazy. I didn't know Teslas could do the light show. I was like, this is like the Bellagio. In a car.
In the car. In the middle of like...
In the middle, and it was like they'd had one, apparently it was the grand finale, we come to find out, but it was like the very patriotic, what was the song? Like the Star Spangled Banner or something, like rock edition, and all these like red, white, and blue lights flashing.
What were the guys doing? Were they dancing?
They were all just like kind of like standing there, like admiring the light show.
God, I...
And I could tell they were tech bros because of the way that, like, what they were talking about. And they were definitely in, like, startups. It was just all around. I was like, there's no way this group of people ends up together if you don't, like, work together. And, yeah, that was an interesting experience.
I don't remember having anything like that. Nothing. I hate, we've talked about this before, when people like have speakers on the trail. Drives me nuts. But I do have one, Zion National Park, the craziest night sky I've ever seen in my life. Nothing has ever been able to, like, even Australia was beautiful, but like Zion was crazy. Like, I don't know if it was really something was going on, but like it was so, it literally looked like one of those crazy Nat Geo pictures. Like, I was like, what the fuck? This is wild.
I love national parks. It's just like, wow, we live here. And then you go back home and you're like, which we can talk about. Well, my last one is the hailstorm hiking Half Dome last year, and just coming back to our campsite and it starts raining. It wasn't, we hiked, there was a hailstorm, sopping wet, whatever, the whole saga. I was ill. We get back, it hadn't rained at the campsite, so we were like, thank fuck, like, let's go to bed. But Savannah and I literally wake up at the same time in the morning because you hear raindrops on the tent, and we were like, we are getting out of here. We are not sleeping in. We're not going to try and see if the like rain stops. We are leaving because wet camping is just not fun.
No.
And if you have the choice or the option, like, that was our last day. So I was like, no, we're not sticking it out. We are leaving.
I feel like a part of me has gotten used to it because almost all of my camping experience, like, my minor was outdoor leadership in Oregon, and all of our camping was outside. And I just remember, like, my freshman year, like, really learning how to take care of my feet because, like, you're just constantly wet.
Just small.
And it's crazy now. Thanks for adding that. I'm like, thanks for adding that in there. But it's crazy now that I don't even own like a rain jacket. Like, when it rains here, I'm just like, fuck it.
Okay, yeah. No, same. I had a nice one, and I was like, I never used this, and I donated it, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
Closet clean out.
Closet clean. What did you say? Wardrobe wipeout. Like, that's how I think about it in my head. We'll have to post that clip. That's like all I think.
Wardrobe wipeout. Oh,
Delulu. Anyway, wow. How long was that? Where are we at?
Reset.
Wow, that's crazy. All right. All right. Well, that was crazy 10 and 10.
That was fun. I'm excited. It's a good segue into this episode because I feel like summer is the time for camping.
I know. Exactly. I feel like just going camping this time really makes me think of like, okay, summer's right around the corner. I want to start prepping. There's so many things on my mind. So I told Erica, I was like, let's just do a guide, like a prep checklist sort of situation of just how to prepare for summer, because I feel like, okay, spring is really hard for me because I love it's the comfort of being in my own space, in my own little like nook, doing my own little things and like sitting in my own like depressive little gremlin self, and just like being like the sun being out and kind of like feeling like it's already been kind of heavy recently anyways, and so on top of that to go out and like be confident and be like, oh my god, summer is like always really hard. But I know that when summer rolls around and I'm on these trips or I'm doing these things, I'm gonna be like, oh damn, I wish I did like this or prep for this or whatever. So now's the time to do it. So I'm thinking like this is when we have to do it, because like it is right around the corner, and like summer being out and enjoying the past camping trip that I had, I was like, oh my gosh, like
So
feral, just being out, having all the time in the world. Ugh, I love it.
What is the word that you're manifesting for your summer?
Ooh, good question. Oh, man. Okay, fuck. I feel like you have one, so say it.
No,
Let me think.
literally, when you said feral, I was like, slutty summer. That's what I was
I'm down for that.
But then I was like, is that... Maybe it's just my recent vibe. That I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Literally.
I have a lot of thoughts on what I'm manifesting for my summer, but I was curious if you had a word.
I was kind of like journaling about this while I was camping before I like knew that this was going to be an episode, and I put summer to me is just bright, warm, but also chill at the same time. Feral almost sometimes feels more invincible, or you don't just take things as seriously.
Yeah.
So I feel like my word would be like bright. That's not as like fun. I'm also like slutty, but like I don't know. Bright is just like I want to be. But yeah, bright is what I
like that.
feel
no,
like is
that's
what's
good.
coming to me.
Yeah. I don't know if
That's
I'm
too
not
like
saying
holistic.
slut is
I'm
my
not,
word.
no.
Okay? That's what feral made me think of.
I love that. No, feral is definitely on there for sure. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like something about summer also makes me want to date everybody and everything.
Yeah.
I feel just as like, not even just a quick update, I feel like this has been the ongoing conversation for me of just like, what am I doing? I also think that this time of year is where I meet so many new people because I am like so confident and just like maybe a little bit more myself, or feel like I'm putting like my best foot forward. So like I enjoy like meeting new people. I also feel like summer is the time that we like do like our bucket list shit, you know, where you check stuff off, or like do a new class or something like that. And not that I necessarily have like a specific thing that's on there, but I do find myself like when the summer months come around, like I am doing things like, even if it's like camping or new painting, just because there's so much fucking time during the day that I'm like, sure, I'll go do this, whatever it is or whatever. So yeah, my thought process on that is now leaving my brain as I just like say that.
Well, I have some thoughts if you want.
Give it to me, please. I beg of you.
Well, when you had said like prepping for summer, because I feel like May is it's like an in-between month.
Totally.
Like to me, June is like the start of summer, and maybe it literally is the start of summer. But I think May is like, it's not quite spring, but it's not quite summer. It's like this window of time where you're getting all your ducks in a row. And one thing I did recently, which you can't really tell because I have my hair up, but I like just cut off all the like dead hair
Yeah.
on me, and like got a trim, and like got my bangs to be a little shorter, so now I can like style them more, because I like having my hair up with like whatever, it doesn't matter. But I got my haircut, and I was like, it helped me so much, because then I was like, I felt like I had the confidence to do other things that I had been overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why a haircut does that, but like then I was like, I've been wanting to get a planter, and of course, this is how I analyze every decision when it comes to like spending money on like something for the house. I have to like look at every website and then like
Same.
compare,
I hate
and
that.
then and then I like end up getting so fatigued in the like research process that I don't buy anything, and I'm like,
Because I'm like, nothing's good enough.
yeah. And I went to Target yesterday, and I was like, this is great. I think this will work. Got a entryway mat that I'd been saying I need to find the right texture for. I like looked at the dollar section. I was like, cute. This is fun. Cool. This little bow's on discount. Like, love it. And I feel like it just, maybe it's also like retail therapy, but it was also, I think I could make the decision because I felt like I had this like dead weight off of me, which was nice.
Yes, I love all of that. Personal appearance or like physical appearance was on mine, and just like as well-being checklist, because I do feel like in order to like be confident, I need to feel confident, even if it's like, oh, fake it till you make it, which is so much easier when you just feel a little bit more like put together. So I feel like that was definitely on mine. Like something that I love to do during the summer is like have my nails done.
Yeah.
And it's something so simple. I don't need to be spending like crazy amount of money, but it's like something that's worth it because it makes me feel put together. So haircut, add that to the list. The second thing is like checking off boxes like house stuff. Like my stuff was more like room. Like I've been same with your planter. Like I've been looking for a motherfucking desk forever. Bitch, get a desk. I just am like, this is the time to check off these boxes and have it put together so I don't have to worry about it when I'm
get
out.
the things,
like, get
like,
it
out
off.
of your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So mine was more specific towards like room stuff. But yeah, like I love all of that. The other thing I had on here too, well, let me open up my thing so I know what I'm going for. Is I have trips that I've been like thinking about or like planning in the back of my mind that I've just been putting on the back burner because it has been like it's either too soon or like too early, but like I don't know, not everyone's on board. It's not really like a crazy vacation. It's just like a weekend thing here or there, but it's like, you know what makes me confident in a moment is when like I have no worries. Mm-hmm. So like the same sort of idea of like checking things off for like the house stuff is like checking things off for the plans that I have coming up or for the trips that I have and like planning things because like, okay, my example is I really want to be able to celebrate my sister's birthday here for 4th of July, all of us together, like a pretty big group. That shit takes planning. And in my mind, I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to enjoy the moment, let it go, not have to worry about anything. But like the only way I'm going to be able to do that is like, okay, do we have like dinner prepped for that night? Or like, do we have our Airbnb? Like these small things that can be planned in advance.
Yeah.
Like this is the time to do it. What else am I doing? It's fucking raining outside. Like, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah.
So I just think like if you have things that you want to do, like vacations, like tentatively planned, or like a weekend, like Memorial Day or Labor Day, like those are weekends that, you know, like get ahead of it now and plan for it now so that you can. I literally thought the dog was right here. I was like, hello, this is your knee. Do it now so that you can like feel confident and go forward because like at least for me, not that I want to have the mindset of dating throughout the summer, but like that is like where my head is at. It's like I am hesitant on going on. Okay, bear with me here on my mind process. What is the word that I'm trying
Thought
to
process?
thought process? It's like I'm hesitant on going back on the apps because I really do just feel my most like authentic self in person.
Yeah.
But the issue is I go to the same places, I do the same thing, and that's that. So I feel like for summer, like if people are coming here, like I'm gonna go out of my way to like go to these new places, go to places that I haven't like done before, and in like within all of that, like in this full circle thought process is like everything is planned. I am like feeling myself because like everything is taken care of. It's summertime. Now I'm in this moment with the people that I like love to surround myself with. Like most confident, boom, attraction. Like, am I building it up in my mind? Yeah, maybe, boom. But I feel like it's all like intertwined.
No, I really like that point because I do think that there have been things on my to-do list that I just keep bumping, and it's like, am I really going to be wanting to deal with this when it's so nice out and there are things going on over the weekend? But I'm like, oh no, actually I have to, I don't know, like I have to look into my flights for next week because I didn't figure it out because I didn't plan ahead. I think there's like this time right now where there's not a lot going on and you can sacrifice maybe some of your like chill time to do some of those personal to-do so that they're out of your brain. Because I think if you're anything like Ellie or I, maybe we have a little bit of analysis paralysis and just keep thinking things to death.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
And then it's like, okay, well, are we doing it or not? Or like, is this happening or not? I don't know. So I feel like just ripping the Band-Aid off. If you still have those things that you've been thinking about since winter, let's figure it out now.
Yeah. Or maybe just like for me too is like, okay, like take the pressure off that. And like I have this idea of I really do want a kind of non-serious summer. I don't really have to want to like be worrying about things. I feel like this whole fucking year I've been like, January was, I mean, I don't need to go month by month here, but like it was just, it's been like, oh my God, like a lot that I want to just enjoy the fact that I like have the life that I live in a great spot for summer. Like I just want to chill the fuck out. And so to be able to take care of the like behind the scenes things just makes things so much easier on myself. And then also just like whatever isn't a priority or something that I can't figure out now, like not let it go, but just like, this may not be good advice, but like, yeah, kind of just put it on the back burner. Like if it's not priority, then just be prepared for I don't know. It's silly, but in my mind, the way that I think of like seasons is very like primitive because I'm like, okay, spring is when you like it's like the changing, it's a little uncomfortable. You're like coming out of your cocoon, like to be a butterfly. And like summer is like when you really you're just enjoying the sun. Like you're just relaxing. There's not much to do because it's too fucking hot. Like literally you're an animal, a little lizard on a rock, just trying to warm up your blood, you know?
Yeah.
And then autumn and fall time is like, okay, I'm harvesting, like collecting all of my little nuts like a squirrel. You see my analogies, you see here, and then winter, see. So that's where I'm like, I really just want to be a lizard on a rock. Yeah. I don't want to have to do anything.
No, I love that. I think it's a great analogy. And I'm pretty sure you've talked about collecting your nuts before. So I'm glad we're bringing that back.
Okay, your thought?
Okay, so I was thinking to the last 2 summers of my life, and I feel like they are very stark. There's a very stark contrast between them. The summer of 2023, I was blacked out for most of it.
Why can I not remember? I was here, right?
Yeah.
What was there? What were we doing?
Isn't that the summer that you like moved here?
No. I think 2022. So what was 2023? What was I doing?
Well, I feel like it was still that vibe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because that was the summer that I was going crazy with the do it for the plot mentality and having all these dates, and I was having fun, but I was also like really draining myself, and I was like convincing myself that I was having a good time, but then I was also like, I'm so tired and exhausted and like and then the last year's summer, I feel like I came in hot with my like being very intentional, having boundaries, like we still did. It was a very fun summer. Like we had a lot of things planned. We did a lot, but I had been like prepping, like done a lot of prep work for it, and I don't regret any of it, but I feel like I want the balance. I think I need a little bit of both. I don't think I do well being like so rigid with myself, and I also don't think I do well having no spine at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like the key, and this is maybe just me, but like having a little bit of both, not feeling like you need to say yes to every single thing, prepping ahead the plans that you do know for sure you want to do, and then leaving room for like if something comes up, I'll do something this weekend, or like having time for yourself in between. I think early on when I moved to San Diego, I was like, FOMO. I want to go to every event that our friends are hosting. I want to go out to like every bar and do every activity. And there will always be there. It's like plan the fun, bigger things that you want to do. And then if you want to say yes to other stuff, you can do that. But it doesn't need to be like, if you miss the one day drinking day, I promise there will be another.
I don't know if that's like gonna be good piggybacking off what I have to say or not, but like my next thing that I had on here was like be open, because I feel like, to your point of like a balance between the two, I think I don't know, I'm like going back and forth of like what I want. So like, I don't know, maybe the first thing to figure out for your summer guide is like figure out what you want. But I think I just like, not that I have goals, but I really just do have this like bright intention. And I think that I have a tendency to lean on like the feral side, which is fun. And like, that is what I think like summer is for. But I do think that I want to lean a little bit more into like the more like holistic side, because I just feel like I end up not regretting, but just like, I feel like I miss out on the more like wholesome friends, like when I'm my most confident, because I get stuck in like the very feral moments, if that makes any sense. And so I don't know if I want to like, I don't know, I say that now, you never know. I want to have like
the
a mixture.
sun comes out and like...
I know, well that's literally what happens. But I guess like what I'm trying to say is like the balance, but also like side, like in with like next to that of like being open to things, because God knows I have been like that does not fit my time schedule. Sorry. Also, such a side note, just the way that I just said that, I'm sure you guys know, but you know Gabby from The Bachelorette, the season that we, like the only season I ever fucking watched was there was 2. I was like, is this normal? Do you guys normally do this? Anyway, now that I'm a TikTok girly, she pops up and now I follow her, because at first,
so funny.
But at first, I'm going to be honest, I was like, what the fuck is she even saying? And none of it, sorry, I'm getting very excited here. I'm like, none of this makes any sense. Like, she's just like saying words. No. She's fucking smart. And if you just listen, she like drops some like freaking truth bombs, and she's hilarious. And like the way that she talks, I could never get, anyway, the way I said whatever, I already forgot what I said, just made me think of it. So
I love her. Yeah, God, she's great. She's so funny. It is. She has like such good humor that if you aren't with it, like you're gonna miss it and think she just sounds like a dumb
but she's
cheerleader.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's funny.
Oh man. Anyway, sorry.
No, you made me think of something. My sage advice in dating. Because I think Ellie and I have talked about this before, when we have gone out and just been like on the prowl and like, who's looking at me? Who wants to take me home? Like
Paddington Bear? Anyone?
Literally. Which can be it can be fun but very exhausting. But I think if dating is in your like summer intentions, there also needs to be a bit of balance in that, because it's like there are activities that like we'll do with our friends, our girlfriends, and I don't anticipate in that activity that I'm gonna like meet someone necessarily. But there are also nights where Ellie and I have talked about this before, like, do we go to like a sports bar? Do we go like maybe, you know, try something new? Because if dating is your intention, you're probably gonna need to go to places you don't really go to.
Yeah.
And think about like where are the people that you're wanting to attract and go there. And maybe it's like, I don't know, I just think sometimes your expectation of like, oh, I want to date this summer, but I'm going to go to the same places I always do and do the same things I always do. you're kind of setting yourself up for a tougher time. If
Totally,
if
yeah.
that matters to you. If you're like, no, I'm going to keep doing my thing.
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
even if it's like meeting new people too, like friends and stuff, like trivia nights, like if you go to the same place at the same time, like you may be going out and doing things, but like it literally just takes one different week to go to a different spot to like meet another group of people, or like,
Yeah.
especially when you live in a place like San Diego. That's why I also said like trying new things, because something that's been on my like bucket list, which again is a very summer vibe, is like a painting class. And it's like a lot of the time, again, with all of this research, I could Google and try to find one, but then again, as Erica just said, like I get like, I'm like, oh my god, which one, this one has the stars, and blah, blah, blah. You get like stuck, whereas sometimes the best ones or the best things are things that you like stumble upon, where it's like a sticker in a window shop, or like you're out in a different part of the town and you see like a flyer, or like you see a class or a studio or something, whatever it may be. Like I feel like it's just when those opportunities present themselves more and more, you just have to be willing to see it and take it for what it is. And it's easier said than done, because I literally go to the same places, I do the same thing every fucking day, every fucking week. But it is when you switch it up a little bit, like go camping for a night or two, or you know, whatever, decide to have a conversation about it, where you just like tweak it a little bit, that you're like, oh wait, snap, I can meet people, I can do something different. Yeah, sports bars though, I don't know if I'm not doing that.
We had talked about like where people I would be, but yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes like a dive bar, I want to be the girl that's like, yeah, I love a dive bar, but I think I need to be like so drunk.
Yeah, I need to be on another level. I don't know. I guess it just like depends. Like if it's like you and I going out, like no, I want to go have a daiquiri. Like that's what I want to do. But as like a girl, like if we went from like after the housewarming party, if the vibes like were still to stay out, like I would go down to the dive bar that was like across the way, just because it felt like it's like the move to go after. But like on my free time, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm going to be doing. It's just, again, it's the balance. But you made me think of something else. Oh, it reminds me of our Be Bold challenge. This is like what it's giving me. But I just feel like with a little bit more of like a twist, and also like the word challenge feels like I recognized it for what it was at the moment, but now I don't feel like I'm in that headspace. I don't feel like I'm being challenged, or so, I don't know, you know, like I don't feel like this is something that I need to do.
Need, like the push for
it just is like something to keep in mind as I'm like thinking of things that I want to do for the summer, I guess.
Yeah. Well, in the last month, I have taken myself out to a bar to eat 3 times. For my birthday, I did it. I actually did it right after I got my haircut. I went to the Rose and like got a drink and sat at the bar. And I was like, I enjoy this a lot, but I also feel very out of practice with like conversation with people, because I think I'm not afraid to like take myself out places by myself. I just don't think I've done it in a while. And I was like kind of awkward. Like I was like, what do? I like look at my phone. I like chatted with the bartender for a bit, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. But I do think it's a good practice of just like confidence, being okay, being like with yourself and your thoughts, and enjoying the moment for what it is, which is kind of what the Be Bold challenge, one of the ones I remember we chatted about being like kind of pivotal, was going to a coffee shop without any distractions and just kind of like enjoying the time there.
Yeah.
I went on a walk this morning, had my headphones on, sitting at the coffee shop with my headphones on. You know what? I feel like an iPad kid. I feel like I'm like... No. Like, why did I couldn't take them off? Well, I didn't have the carrier, so I was like, I don't really know what to do with my headphones.
Put them like... around them like the Lizzie McGuire movie. Oh my god. Okay, we need to like somehow create our personalities to like mesh together, because I hear what you're saying. I do. But part of me is like, my advice is like, no, like do what you feel is right in the moment, because like to me it's like I loved that challenge, and it was very pivotal. I love that word that you used, because I remember sitting at the coffee shop, and now I love that coffee shop, and I walked past it because I felt like it was a good moment of growth. But oh my God, I must have been sitting there like like it just like because you just radiate whatever, you know, like it is difficult. Like if I'm not in that headspace for me to be then kind of like force myself into it, I don't know, I guess it's good, whatever, exposure therapy, but like fuck off, that shit is hard.
It
like
is
because
hard.
I'm just sitting there like, hope it works out. Who's gonna come and talk to me? I can't even talk to you. I don't know what to do. You know, it's like, I don't know. Whereas like sometimes it's like, I am more confident when I'm like, nah, I have my headphones on. I'm getting my coffee. Like
Don't
if
talk
you
to
are
me.
bold enough, you can, you know, which is like, I guess it's bad advice. This is my issue. I need to like sort my
I
shit
wouldn't
out.
talk to anyone that has their headphones on. I'd be like, they're in the zone on a mission.
Just kidding. Take that out. I just
Just kidding.
I don't know. I guess it's not great. I guess I'm not making myself open.
If it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. I just think the few times in this past month, it's been a good reminder for me of like, I don't know that I'm really comfortable sitting with my thoughts right now or just sitting by myself right now. And why is that? And like trying to be a little bit more introspective, because it's like, I do enjoy going out to these places, and sometimes I don't really want to go with other people. I just want to go when I want to go and eat and leave when I want to leave, and that's fine. But can I do that without having to have something there to like distract me?
Interesting. Yeah, that's tough because like, but how many people do you see that just like sit? I don't know. I like when people just like sit at the bar, I feel like they're just like staring at me and I'm like washing dishes like, go.
I have been really impressed with some gals in the yoga class that I go to, because it's, I don't know, this gym offers like 10 days for $10 or whatever. So I feel like there's a good amount of people that come through that are like on that trial and that have made conversation or just been like, I told the instructor I really liked her playlist, and then the other girl was like, you should look her up on Spotify. I like blah blah blah. And I don't know, just like that type of conversation, I'm like, I love that. I love that you like can engage, and it's not just like I made one comment and everyone's quiet, you know?
That's true. There is something like when you do, I was thinking about that a lot. That was going to be on mine, and it's a shame that I didn't like put it on there, but like, yeah, spending time alone, because you just learn, like this camping trip being by myself, it makes you be able to sit with yourself, and when you're comfortable with yourself, that radiates. So when you're going and doing these things, it makes it like more enjoyable for those moments of like when someone makes a comment, you can chime in, or vice versa, and then like you never know what's gonna come. I guess my advice was more for like the coffee shop and the headphones rather than like everything. I recognize that was not what I meant to say. But
I get you. And I don't think that's my vibe for summer. I'm not trying to do solo things. I'm fully like more in this prep period. Okay, let me test out some,
to be prepared for that. Or whatever. It sounds so like military when I say it, and I don't mean it to be, but it's like how my brain thinks. I'm like, no, I need a motherfucking checklist. Tell me what to do.
I feel like also doing some of the things that you love early on so that the rest of the summer you can try new things. Because it's like, I love certain bars maybe in one area, or I love like, and I'm excited to go there when the sun's out and it's fun. But I'm kind of thinking I want to do those like in June or July, so that the rest of the time it's like, let's explore new places and try new things, instead of like really itching to get back to, I don't know, our old stomping grounds of Mavericks or something.
God help me if I stumble into that place ever again. It's crazy because I still feel a part of that, but that was like years, plural, ago.
Literally years ago.
Like younger, like 20. Oh, it's so sad. So sad.
Back in our glory days.
But also, I like look back. Also, you remember that video last time we were there of the guy that had his full toes that looked like fingers out, and I was like, you took a video of me with like the like they were like sprawled out too, like he was really holding on to the ground.
Oh my God! Wow. Ew.
But yeah, I think that was all I had on mine. Did you have anything else to add?
I just think the energy of summer is like let loose and not be in your head. So if you need to be in your head about things, like this is the month to do so. Then get it out of your head and just have fun, because That's what summer's for.
Yeah.
Every day is like the sun is out so late. You can do whatever you want. The weather is nice.
I honestly do feel like you can do whatever you want. Like, people just are less judgy. No one takes anything as seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it's just more like you really just can do whatever the fuck. I love it.
I know. Summer is my favorite.
It's all right.
You're done?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Well, anyway, excited for summer and what we're gonna recap to y'all on this podcast. But follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Polite as Fuck Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.